Yeah, 100%.
I'm mad I still watch it, but it's all right.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate. It's by best sport in the world and best athletes in the world, but the league is it's horrible. I hope they kind of start to learn from the NBA a little bit. I think the NBA players got a lot of the power. They're able to kind of just step in, make impacts, and make a lot of changes. They've been able to make a lot of changes in their league as a whole. I think it's been for the better. I think they just have a lot better product than the NFL does right now.
I agree. And what I would say, the reason the NBA and NFL are the difference in that is, I would say the NBA kind of leans into the culture a little more, and also the NFL is much more team based. You are a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you are a Lions fan, you are a whoever. Like in the NBA, a lot of people are a fan of players.
Sure.
You kind of follow the player around, or you'll kind of, even if you're not really following the player around, like you'll root for the Pistons and still want KD to do well. You'll
Yeah.
root for the Pistons and want LeBron to do well. So I think they do a good job of having the players kind of be the face much more than the NFL does, who's kind of want to put the teams forward.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the NBA is doing that intentionally, or it's just because we can see what they look like, and you can see LeBron's face after he dunks on somebody, and you don't even know really what whoever looks like until they take their helmet off.
Right.
So I think that can kind of have an impact on it. But the NBA definitely leans into the culture a little more, and than the NFL does.
Yeah,
Who actively leans back against it.
Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, even too, like, even coming out like contracts, NBA, like they sign that money guaranteed.
Yep.
Like teams got to bite the bullet if it don't work out. Buying a player out, whatever that kind of looks like.
The NFL contracts are made up. You could sign a player right now for $200 million and cut them in the middle of next season because you wanted to.
Yeah.
And get out of paying most of that money.
Yeah.
And in the NBA, players sign a contract today, and then they tear their Achilles the opening day. They're getting that money forever.
Mm-hmm.
The team might break it up over 20 years, but they're going to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy, too, because it's like, and obviously it's a boatload of money, but it's always crazy hearing like so-and-so, like Josh Allen signed for like 268, but only like 120 guaranteed. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
cool, but, they don't make them earn it to where we just watch like Joel Embiid, Trae Young, Luka Doncic, they all signed for 200.
Guaranteed.
They're seeing every penny. Unless they retire or something. Like
regardless of performance, injury, anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's a different game, different level.
Right.
So you got to respect the NBA Players Association for taking care of that. And that could have to do a lot. That could have to do with just the impact of the players individually. I don't know. I think if you had to replace leagues with a bunch of random people, it's probably going to be harder to replace quality basketball than it would be to replace quality football.
Yeah.
I think you're not going to find the athletes like you will in basketball. They're a little more exceptional, and 7-foot people are a little harder to come by. And I just think the games would suffer if they each had to go to this secondary amount of people.
Yeah. And then the average for the NFL, just because it's obviously more of a contact sport, it's like 4 to 5 years. A lot of teams know that. You got a lot of guys out the league right now that is kind of surprising. Obviously, a lot of factors go into it, but NFL definitely got some work to do on their side of things. I think they got to do a better job of start, trying to take care of players. And the product's already great. I think they can go to a whole different level. Just get rid of like we talked about earlier. Get rid of the taunting. Stop fining players for wearing colored shoes. The little stuff like that, it doesn't make no sense. Like, it's just like these guys aren't going to a private school. Like they're making your team money. Like, the least you can do is let somebody wear a shoe with a Joker on the side of it. Like, how is that offending anybody? So,
and I agree. And we can wrap it up, but just with things like that is we don't even know what's happening until they find them, and then we hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I wouldn't even have known what the hell he had on his shoe until you find him 50 grand and then ESPN talked about it. So in actuality, you are shining light to this.
Yeah.
Nobody would know unless you said something.
Yeah.
So
they got to loosen them ties up a little bit. That's all it is. So, but yeah. Got anything else for him?
No, sir. I think we're good. I think that was a good one here. And